Hi, I'm a music publisher. In this meeting, we will be talking on a specific song agreement. Who are the parties? What an assignment agreement of copyright involves? What are the rights and benefits and responsibilities and points of negotiation? A specific song agreement distinguishes deals based on a set period of time or a yet to be recorded number of albums. A writer often sees this as a way of getting an advance without the commitment of a term agreement. It is more than a funding device for the writer, so the publisher will not agree to it unless the figures show a high likelihood of financial return. There must be a high commitment between the publisher and composer and vice versa. An assignment of copyright involves spelling out the deal points in greater detail than a simple song assignment. You will need a lawyer to negotiate. It also involves parties, so the publisher or composer, the net royalties received arising directly from the exploitation of the composition, alongside the rights and responsibilities of the work and the music publisher. So what are these rights? Well, firstly, you have the right to grant licenses to communicate the composition to the public by any and all means, subject to the rights of the Australian Performing Rights Association. Secondly, the right to make adaptations, additions, alterations, arrangements and translation of the composition in whole or in part. The right to grant mechanical licenses, the right to grant non-exclusive synchronization licenses, and the right to use the title of the composition for all purposes in connection with the composition. Finally, the right to authorize others to exercise any of the above rights. So what are some of the responsibilities? You are to deliver as a songwriter a lead sheet or a recording of the composition. Allow or obtain for us to use your name, professional name, approved photograph, likeness and approved biography, and allow us to exploit the composition. Do you understand this? So what responsibilities does a publisher have? As a publisher, we promise to use reasonable endeavours to exploit the composition and exploitation by our licensees for the purposes of this clause. We must also obtain covers of the composition, collect all income arising from the exploitation of the composition, and protect the copyright and all like rights in and to the composition. Like I said before, you do need a lawyer to negotiate. Almost everything is up for negotiation. For royalties, for instance, 70% is received by the net royalties. Are we willing to negotiate this plus the 12% of the suggested retail selling price of each copy, or the 65% of the sub-license fees received from the parties, or the 40% of the so-called publisher's share of performance income? Do we agree on these statements? Many things are up for negotiation, and it is best to speak with a lawyer. You must consider all the following points we have discussed in today's meeting in order to sign an agreement. Thank you.